ọnezi ndị weke na kwa mụ na biko ka ị na-enweta vidiyo ya kabaro share ya biko vidiyo anyị na-akwari na bụ oyibo ka eji wee mee ya. Unu ya anọ ihe mee nwunye Tinubu ji visit Donald Trump. Nwunye Tinubu ji visit Donald Trump, mana pay attention at this video. God one.
Greetings and salutations to all of you. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. It's always a joy to come to you with another fresh broadcast and insight into the things that are happening within the nation and outside the nation. Well, currently, we are aware of all that's going on, and I don't need to beat about the bush. The insecurity is just getting too much. I mean, people are being abducted. A new trick by these terrorists is to use the people they abduct as human shield. So in case there is an attack on them and there's an invasion on them, they can use these people they have captured or these people they have kidnapped as their human shield. The government will need to step up. That is if the government actually mean well. For me, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't trust Tinubu at all. If the President of America, Donald Trump, had not spoken out and decided he was going to send his military to make sure that they take out these terrorists, maybe up to today, we'll just be hearing of killings and it will just be business as usual. It's so sad and so shameful that your own citizens, the ones you swore that you would defend the lives of the people, and the primary responsibility of anybody that is a president, that is a chief executive, that is supposed to be a commander-in-chief, is the protection of the lives of the citizens and then property. But where you are not concerned about that, then you don't have any legal or moral ground or moral right to continue to govern. In civilized nations, in advanced nations, where a president is unable to guarantee the safety, the protection of the lives of the people, the citizens, they immediately resign. But not like that in Nigeria. People can walk over dead bodies, the pool of the blood of people that have been killed by terrorists, and go for the campaign, and go there just to continue to control the people. Heartless, evil, wicked, senseless people that don't care about their citizens. All the killings going on, abduction that took place where 3 churches were invaded in one day and people were kidnapped. Till today, have they come back? The girls that were kidnapped in Mina, in a mission school, have they come back? One does not know who are actually the killers, who are the ones behind this thing. Why will a few terrorists overrun the nation, overpower the Nigerian army that has helped to bring peace in other nations? Tinubu was so quick in sending the army to Benin Republic to ensure that there is peace. Not one person lost their life there. Here in his own nation, people are dying. People are being cried every day. What has he done? Always on holiday, spending most of his time in France. He has become like a person that is a tourist. It's like the tourist president with no clear direction. If you know your nation is conducive for foreign investors, do you need to be running all over the place and be looking for investors? Because that's what they are telling us. Tinubu is traveling so he can bring investors to Nigeria. What are your foreign missions there for? What is your foreign minister there for? Are they not supposed to be liaising with other nations? A nation where people's lives does not matter, where people are not so sure of whether they will wake up tomorrow, when they travel, whether they will arrive, where people are not sure of what will happen to them tomorrow because of insecurity. While that is going on, Tinubu is gallivanting all over the place. And what has he done? He has surrounded himself with evil, senseless, ungodly loyalists. People that are psychopaths. Some of them are governors, some are in the Senate, some are in the House of Rep. I even think the House of Rep even has more sanity. Akpabio, you have no right to sit there in the Senate when Nigerians are dying every day. And you are there, secure, safe in your chambers. Anytime something comes that will benefit the people, you drag your feet, you drag your foot, and you don't do anything to help them. But anything that has to do with your welfare or getting more money, Tinubu sends something for you to approve. You can even call an emergency session. And even if you're on recess, you immediately return to pass a bill, sometimes almost overnight. But when it has to do with electoral reform, it's a problem. To say in present day, somebody to be saying we don't want real-time electronic transfer of election results. Is it not clear that you want to rig again? Is that not why all the governors are decamping? Evil people. You were elected under PDP, LP, or whatever other party. The people knew why they elected you. They didn't elect you to go there and decide to do your own thing. And you're more concerned about how to secure your second term. The governor of Plateau State, what have you done? Have you secured the lives and properties of the people of Plateau that should qualify you to go for a second term? Tinubu is already working towards 2027. And that's why this ganging up is taking place. Nigerians, smell the coffee. They hate you. Wicked politicians, they are evil. You hate Nigerians that much? What have Nigerians done to you, politicians? I just finished watching something online on the visit of Remi Tinubu, the wife of President Tinubu. She went to America. Who knows? The lobbying is now working. Maybe they knew there was going to be a prayer breakfast. So what did they do? They organized for her to go and attend. Was it an official trip? How did Remi Tinubu find herself in a prayer meeting? Has she been able to handle the prayer meetings in Nigeria? What have been the effect of her being a pastor of Redeem? And they're using that as a cover to cover up, lying to us. That's how Tinubu connived and used the church, brought Buhari to learn Christian choruses so that he can get the vote of Redeemed Christian Church, since they are millions. And I don't know why Papa cannot see that these people are playing game, using religion. Now, Remi Tinubu has gone to attend a prayer meeting. You know even what Donald Trump was talking about concerning his coming to Nigeria because of the prying of Christians and why he sent them to bomb the Sokoto area, the terrorists that are there. And he still reaffirmed his commitment to make sure that this comes to an end. Our mainstream media, are they bringing that out? And even some of the celebrities, what do you hear? They're talking about Remi Tinubu went to, Donald Trump went to America and she was well received. That's the narrative they want you to get. They're not even bringing out the fact that President Trump is still committed to make sure he ends this insecurity in Nigeria. But what are they doing? All our politicians are doing, including the Remi herself, is politics. Since they tried every other means, other ways to connect with Trump and they couldn't, so what did they do? They used the woman. You go and attend the prayer meeting. When they see you, and then let them know you are a pastor, you are not a Muslim. There is no Christian genocide. And that you're a pastor of the largest church in Nigeria. And the fact that you, as a president's wife, can be a pastor, you will not be there and just be watching them pie Christian and call it genocide. There is no genocide. Can you see how they are trying to divert our attention? This is what they are always doing. When Nigeria is suffering insecurity, Donald Trump just came. You said you have signed an agreement with him to go after these terrorists. Whether you call them Boko Haram, ISWAP, the Macrowas, and especially the Fulani headsmen. They have killed more than all the other terrorist organizations put together. But that's one area people are not looking at. Many of the places where people are tied in hundreds at one go, Yelwata, that was there. And even all the other places, mostly is Fulani headsmen. While all that is going on, America is here to help. Instead of concentrating, let's see the help from America. Let us see it bear fruit. But they are now diverted because Gumi, the one they are afraid to touch. If somebody else says, Justin Ping, they will send DSS. They will send the police. They will go after that person. Gumi has been talking. He has been meeting with terrorists. What has happened to Gumi? Gumi said, we don't want America. We don't want Israel. And he said, go to Turkey. Go to Pakistan. Go to Iran. Where did Tinubu go after being out of Nigeria for a long time? And he came back. Instead of facing what is happening, facing governance, he ran again to Turkey and signed memorandum of understanding. And we know Turkey is been known to be a nation that is not only sympathetic to terrorists, but sponsors terrorists. I'm turning 70 just in a few weeks now. Some of you are young, but you're not talking. Then you will come and be criticizing people like us when we talk. It's your future that is at stake. I am settled. My children are settled. My grandchildren are settled. But I refuse to be selfish. We can't only think that if it's well with us, then it doesn't matter what happens to others. And that is being the position of some people. The position of some so-called rich people. The position of our so-called celebrities. Talking about Grammy Awards. Talking about how they dress while the nation is going down the drain. And even their songs don't respond and address challenges that people are going through. People come to politics not for the people, but for their own selfish agenda, selfish benefit. And somebody is saying, we are just shouting on social media. Well, this is the medium I can talk, but I'm not going to be quiet. Remi Tinubu, you went to America and you say you're a pastor. Which kind of pastor are you? Remember Esther. Esther stood. She was not going to let her people be annihilated. And through that, she called for a prayer. Have you called for a prayer? But you are going for prayer in America. Which prayer have you attended in Nigeria? Even the mass burials of Christians that are being killed, do you attend? Do you say anything? Heartless journalists that are not there for the people, but they are there for who pays them the highest bidder. They are changing the narrative, making it be about Remi Tinubu. Where what that is happening since the time she traveled, how many people have been kidnapped? How many people have been killed? And now we are trying to talk about Remi Tinubu going to America. What has that got to do with the lives of people? What has that got to do with the destiny of people? What has that got to do with the economy of Nigeria? We are talking about lives being killed by heartless criminals, aided by the government. The same Tinubu knows why he is not going after them. Because he signed an agreement with them. They said, we will let you become president, but just promise you will not kill our people. Those of you that are doubting me, is there anything sinister? Is there anything crooked? Is there anything that has a mark of secrecy that Tinubu cannot do? Is there one? Tell me one. Somebody that can hire people, traders, people from the street, and dress them like bishops so that the Christians will say, okay, even bishops are behind it. Somebody that can do that. Why should we still be surprised? What comes off his sleeve? We haven't seen anything. For Tinubu, the end justifies the means. That's why he's calling governors and wooing them. PDP governors, LP governors, people in the House of Rep, people in the Senate, including local government. What have Nigerians done to you? You have lived your life. You have more than enough money to live 10 life circles. Yet you don't care that Nigerians are dying under your watch, and you're sending your wife to go and play politics in America. President Trump, don't allow them deceive you. Don't let them use any lobbyists around you. Nigerians are suffering. They are dying. Since the last time you bombed Sokoto area, the northwest where the ISIS are, it's not only ISIS. It's not only ISWAP. It is Fulanis living among us, being sponsored, being aided, being supported by the government. The Tinubu government is hiding something from you, and they are trying to create a false face. But secretly, they are meeting with bandits. They are killing people. They are terrorizing the nation. And people are dying daily. Every day that this thing delays, only God knows how many people will be killed. President Trump, don't listen to these liars. They don't care about our people. Right now, as Nigerians are dying, they are already ganging up. They have collapsed the different political parties. So they are already plotting and planning towards 2027. Don't let them lie to you. This present regime, they don't care. They hate Nigerians. They don't really care what happens. Please, President Trump, don't stop what you have started. May God protect your soldiers. You will not lose any of your soldiers that you have sent for the benefit of us Nigerians. Please, do me a favor. Share this broadcast. Every Nigerian needs to listen to it. Especially tag all the politicians. The ones in the House of Rep, the governors. Send it to the Senate. Send it even to Aso Rock. Send it to Donald Trump. Everybody needs to hear. Enough is enough. We can't continue like this. Well, let me end here. If you're watching me on Facebook and you are not following me, go ahead and follow me. And also like this broadcast. By so doing, it will be recommended to more people. And if you're watching me on YouTube and you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and press subscribe right now, and also the notification bell, so that anytime I have a broadcast, you'll be among the first to be notified. It was great being with you, and thank you for being patient in listening to this long broadcast. I just had to pour out my heart. And once again, I want to say thank you. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I remain your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. Bye-bye for now.